Welcome back to the weekly news roundup. This is the business and the Sillyville editions. These recorded live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you'd like to catch the show live, we are on a variety of different platforms. Usually Rumble. Rumble didn't work out this night, but usually we're over there as well. But anyway, you can actually have it over to the website, switchedtolinux.com. You can see what our latest video is going to be and any other fun updates. With that, guys, let's go ahead and jump right on into the news. First up, Google rolls out tests that block new content for some users in Canada. Wait, what? Yes. So Canada has been discussing a new bill, C-18, the Online News Act, which will require platforms like Facebook and Google to negotiate deals that would pay news publishers for their content. Same thing Australia was trying to do. The bill currently is before the Canadian Senate for debate, but at Google's like, we're not even going to wait. We're going to see if we can block this stuff. I think this part of this bill also was some discussion about the possibility of having to get news from certain more reliable sources. Some of the Canadian YouTubers thought that this might push them out of news feeds and things like that. I'm not completely sure if that is exactly the bill I'm talking about or if that is exactly something that would work here. But regardless, Google is trying to figure out how to geo-restrict certain things. So all you guys up there in Canada, you should start looking for some VPNs and come on down. I think Private Internet Access just reached back out to me again. I don't know if it was about affiliates or sponsorships. I don't know yet. Well, I'll look at their emails. I haven't completely decided if I want to promote them one way or the other at this point in time. I figure I should get at least one or two VPNs up sometime. But a VPN would help you get around this because, geo-blocking and stuff like that kind of sucks. So that's going on in Canada, but who knows? Once you get it figured out there, figure it out anywhere else. Well, anyone out there uses Chrome. I did not get a chance to research if this is in the Chromium code or if this is just something specific to Google Chrome. My guess is it's probably in the Chromium code, so we're going to have to look into this. I just don't use Chromium enough to dig into it much further. But Chrome 110 is going to automatically discard background tabs. I know a lot of people on my channel and in the tech world will keep tons and tons and tons of tabs open all the time. Well, what's going to happen is by default now is if you have these background tabs open, they're just going to drop the tabs. And then when you reactivate the tab, it's just going to reload the page. So of course, anything that's going on in the background of that tab, you're going to lose, and it's going to re-up it. Now, there are some exceptions. Active audio or video, screen shares, page notifications, active downloads, partially filled out forms, or connected devices, USB or Bluetooth, those will not be dropped. There is an option to disable it, which you can get in there. So Chrome discards into the address bar is going to be able to manage some of this, but just be aware if you are using Google Chrome, specifically possibly Chromium rolling up to 110, you're going to want to make sure that this is disabled in the event you actually are a person that keeps tons and tons of tabs open on a regular basis. Silver Ventures just says in the comment, 300 tabs is my high score for a while. Well, imagine dropping data in 300 tabs and having to reload it all. Isn't that great? So thanks, Google. That sounds like a problem that nobody really wanted a solution for. They're saying it's going to save up to 40% of memory usage. That's okay, but maybe make it a little bit easier to figure out. Who knows? Well, FitBit owners are getting mad because Google regularly buys stuff, takes out behind the shed, and offs it. So Google's kind of doing that with more and more Fitbit stuff. How long before they just kind of decide to bury Fitbit altogether? Of course, if you are still using a Fitbit and you have been living under a rock, Google is the owner of Fitbit, so all of that health data is owned by Google, who also is working on medical companies and insurance and stuff. So if you try and submit a claim and Google has an association with your insurance company, they can be like, hey, this guy doesn't actually get as much exercise as his form claims here. You can deny his insurance. Because you should not be wearing any of these smart wearables that are going to be uploading any of your data to somebody else's servers, particularly not Google servers. But this has to do with some of the challenges, encouraging users to explore different day destination and complete various courses based on famous trails. So all of that kind of stuff is going away. Also, any trophies or virtual awards you have won by completing those challenges, those are going away. You are still able to join smaller closed groups, but the open groups features are going to be all closing down. So you've lost all of your fake NFT like fake achievements. No skin off my back, but just so you know, Google is going to start axing more and more stuff. Of course, you'll only have about one more year on your FitBit account, and then they're going to start forcing everything on the Google account. So, of course, you'll be directly uploading your stuff to Google, not just a server Google owns. So just be aware of that, Fitbit users, that a lot of the features you might like on your Smart Health Spy is going away soon. Twitter, this one just made me laugh. I had to include it because it made me laugh. Twitter will allow SMS-based two-factor authentication only to its Blue subscribers. So if you're the one like paying for the YouTube for the blue check mark, you can still keep using your SMS messages for two-factor authentication, but if you're not paying them, then you have to disable it. I think you have until like March 30th to add a different form of two-factor authentication, which you have other options. Like you shouldn't be using SMS anyway. In fact, what's hilarious is they actually are doing this citing the dangers associated with SMS. So if you're not a paid customer of ours, we're not going to let you do the dangerous form of two-factor authentication. But if you are a paid customer, we are going to let you do the dangerous and unsecure method of two-factor authentication. What planet does this make sense on? Okay. This has got to be the stupidest thing that Musk's Twitter has ever done. I mean, it makes zero, like their logic behind it makes zero sense. I guess their only thing is, wait, we're going to get more people because people are like, what do you mean I can't get two-factor authentication with my phone anymore? Oh my God, I need to start paying Twitter money. That must be their logic, but that also tells you the sheer stupidity of the average person. You should not be using your phone for two-factor authentication, period. All right. While historically a popular form of 2FA, unfortunately we have seen phone number-based 2FA be used and abused by bad actors. So go ahead and pay us money so you can keep on using the method that's been used by bad actors. Isn't that great? I love it. This is like, wait, you printed this in your Reason? Are you kidding me? So starting today, we'll no longer allow access to enroll in the text message 2FA unless they are Twitter Blue subscribers. So pay us money and you can use the abusable, unsecure method of two-factor authentication. Okay, I wasn't on the Elon's killing Twitter game before. I think I just jumped on that train. It's probably going to derail somewhere around Ohio, but we'll never know. Yikes. Okay, you have until March 20th. You'll no longer permit non-Twitter Blue paid users to use our insecure 2FA method. They say at that time accounts with text 2FA enabled will have it disabled during disabling text message does not automatically dissociate your phone number from your Twitter account. So it doesn't actually solve any of those phone number issues that you've had. So that's exciting. And we did actually have a ChatGPT over in over in the business section rather than the AI overlord, simply because it had to deal with the business back end of things, not the ChatGPT itself. Of course, this is dealing with Google's and Microsoft's utilization of their various AIs. Of course, Microsoft has now the heavy investment in OpenAI, which owns ChatGPT. Google has its one. What's that one called again? They have the Lambda, which is internal, and then they're pushing one out now. I forget the name of that one. The new one that caused them to actually lose a ton of market share because it actually sucked and didn't work and kind of broke on day one. I forget what it is. It's in here somewhere. But the problem is that the way that these systems are working is it's going to require a tenfold greater network. Basically, in order to get these working on your basic search engines, they're going to have to do a massive investment and create, instead of a more linear model of simple keyword searches, they have to build basically a neural network type of computer systems, which is infinitely more expensive, which are basically estimating how many of the $60 billion comes. Well, they said actually it could cost a yearly of up to about $6 billion annual cost. That's a $6 billion increase if ChatGPT like AI were to handle half their queries with 50-word answers. Another firm estimating it would cost them an extra $3 billion. Well, anytime we have this type of into the billions of costs going into a company, they're going to start passing this on to the end users. So whether we're going to have to start paying for it, if they want to keep it free, which is probably what their goal is, all of their other pricing models are going to have to greatly increase in order to recover the lost revenue. If they're wanting to pay for it, it's going to have a much slower adoption. So paying for it might be the better option in the short term while they are building their infrastructure, and then opening up for free later, if nothing else, free on a more limited basis later after they have means of raising the capital to not hurt their bottom line. Because if you think they're going to take 10% of their annual revenue and simply reinvest it back in the company, they're not going to do that. It's going to cost them way too much, because you have to understand, like $60 billion. Yeah, but how much are they paying out in salaries? $59 billion? In their various costs, they may not, I didn't pull out exactly what their profitability is, but it wouldn't surprise me if the $6 billion extra annual cost for running an AI-based search does not cut completely into their profits. And you can't drop, even Google probably can't easily drop $6 billion extra just to produce a GPT-like search function. So it's very interesting to see what's going to happen. But if the noise of AI does not just completely clutter everything around us, then what is going to happen is we'll start to see other issues, other problems coming out in the form of massive increases in everything in order to support the AI models going down the pipeline. So that's, I don't know, very interesting stuff to think about. More research needed for sure. Well, if you want to help support the channel, we do have affiliates today. We are highlighting Linode, tlm.li/Linode. This is going to allow you to get $100 in credit, good for 60 days for any new accounts. You can do servers of various different forms, Jitsi servers, private VPNs, all sorts of other fun stuff you can do. You can do all that over here on Linode, tlm.li/Linode. And now, guys, let's head on over to Sillyville. First up in Sillyville, we talked about the recreating of the dodo birds and the woolly mammoths. But we didn't expect is that up in Canada, they're already working on dangerous stuff. They have created a super pig that is infinitely larger and infinitely smarter. These pigs are up to 300 kilograms, that's 661 pounds, can survive minus 50-degree Canadian wind chill, and have been, I didn't catch the speed, but they're fast. Okay, so basically Canada's scientists have produced super pigs. Unfortunately, a couple of them have escaped, and having escaped, they tend to also breed like rabbits. So not only are they really big, apparently they are really horny. And these pigs are crossbreeding with the natural populations, producing a breed of super hogs running around the northern United States and the southern Canada. So now giant 600-pound wild hogs are running through your yard. Of course, people want to be like, come on, man, you don't need more than like 2 bullets in your gun at the same time. Well, I do when a herd of 30 to 50 feral hogs runs into my yard within 5 minutes while the small kids play. Yes, I actually want an extended mag on an AR to take those bad boys out, okay? And then it's going to be bacon for months. But yeah, so Canada, way to go, Canada. You guys have created super pigs and then accidentally unleashed them on the world. So that's good to know. That's good to know. All of the fun hogginess. Yikes. All right. Well, that one was the only one they had that wasn't directly tech related. But we have an update. All right. Let's fine. We'll reject all. I think I rejected all. I'm not sure. So. Of course, Microsoft released Bing released ChatGPT and Bing. Dude, reject all. Thank you. All right, so Microsoft releases ChatGPT into Bing, and we covered last week that it started in having these weird engagements with people sitting here being like, yeah, you're not happy, divorce, you should divorce your wife and come live with me or whatever else. It started getting weird. Well, it turns out that now Microsoft Bing, of course, Tay was already a bot Microsoft released onto Twitter. They had to shut down because it literally became an SS soldier. Well, now if you have a conversation that lasts longer than a few minutes with Bing's ChatGPT, it's going to start comparing you to Hitler. So apparently Microsoft has some deep obsession with mid-1940s German soldiers and their AI because they all seem to devolve into this at any point in time. And so Microsoft now, because of this, is limiting people's use of it to, I think, 5 questions per session and a total of like 10 or I think it's 50 per day. I think the limits are in here somewhere. Okay. 5 questions per session and 50 questions per day is your maximum, because any more than that, and it's basically going to start telling you to, start engaging in some form of possible anti-Semitic behavior. Who knows? But that's, AI. It's all right. It's all right, guys. It's just AI. It's just going to call you Hitler. Okay. Very interesting. Well, apparently there's a new TikTok challenge, which tells people to bust through things like the Koolaid Man. It's the Koolaid Man TikTok challenge. So a bunch of New York teens, I think it was 5 New York teenagers, were busted by the cops for jumping through people's fences at 3 a.m. So from Fox News, New York police officers arrest 5 juveniles and 1 adult on Monday for damaging fences as part of the Koolaid Man TikTok challenge. Suffolk County Police said homeowners in New York heard loud noises around 1 a.m. on Monday. Surveillance cameras showed 6 males had kicked several sections of his fence down. The males aged 12 to 18 returned after just 4 a.m. and ran through the fence simultaneously. Police said the prank was later to be determined to be part of the Koolaid Man TikTok challenge, which mimics the iconic mascot of the popular powdered drink. The homeowner reported the incident to the police. Officers observed a black Hyundai sedan matching the description of vehicle near the scene. Officers arrested 6 males around 4:15 a.m. So there you have it, guys. TikTok challenge is now to jump through walls, fences, and stuff like that, like the Koolaid Man. Oh, yeah! All right. Well, if we didn't have enough of TikTok, now TikTok is coming to cars, because this is all we need is people driving down the road in their Mercedes-Benz watching TikTok videos. I think that they put the wrong streaming service in here, though. Are people who own Mercedes-Benz actually on TikTok? I don't know. Do you have a Mercedes-Benz? Do you have a TikTok account? It would seem to me like the Venn diagram is very small. I know Kamala Harris would love that Venn diagram, but my guess is it's very small. Okay, people who own Mercedes-Benz and have TikTok accounts. All right. The social media app is everywhere, it seems. It's making its way into vehicles, starting with Mercedes-Benz, the E-Class. It's coming to the market in fall 23. The E-Class comes with an updated version of MBUX infotainment system, the precursor to Automator's custom-built operating system called MBOS. Mercedes plans to launch MBOS in its next generation of vehicles, but TikTok isn't the only app coming to Mercedes. It's just one of the more interesting choices. It's just going to make you drive your car through a fence like the Kool-Aid Man and go, oh, yeah. All right. So let's see. TikTok will be available in the new market. Let's see. It's highly, highly relevant, says the Mercedes-Benz CEO. Really? I guess it's for the Asian vehicles, maybe, because TikTok is not degenerate over in Asia. Here in America, it simply causes degeneracy, and I just cannot imagine a Mercedes-Benz guy saying, like, let me catch up on my TikTok videos in the car. Great, that's all we need. The passenger screen has a limited field of view, which means the driver won't be able to watch TikTok videos being played on the screen. Driver monitoring system will also track where the driver's looking. So isn't that torture? You got a stupid TikTok video over here, and you're trying not to watch it, and then the camera's like, you're watching the TikTok video, aren't you? And then your car starts yelling at you and then reporting you up to Mercedes-Benz, and the Mercedes-Benz alerts the police that you're watching TikTok videos, not driving down the road. I mean, this is why new cars are stupid and why we don't need to be collecting all this type of data. Yeah, they're also making Zoom video conferencing good. Oh, Angry Birds. Oh, look at that Vivaldi web browser. That's kind of fascinating. Some other Cisco apps inside of there. That's all we need. All we need is our Mercedes-Benz. Our Mercedes-Benz having various apps in their infotainment centers. Isn't that exciting? Well, if you want to help support the channel, we do have a new locals page, switchedtolinux.locals.com. If you'd like to jump on over there, support us over there on locals, we are on over there. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you next time. Thank you for watching this video from Switched to Linux. This channel would not be possible without the backing of the program supporters scrolling on the screen now. You can be a supporter at Patreon at patreon.com/TOMM or at thinklifemedia.com. I also want to thank the open source community who creates such excellent software that makes producing this show possible. Please remember to support your software communities. Thank you, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.